Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla if you're new here, and I make videos about how I show up for myself in hopes of inspiring you to do the same. By showing up for myself, I transformed my life, completely overhauled lifelong mental health issues, lost over half my body weight, and basically changed my entire life for the better. On my channel, I talk about mental health, weight loss, weight maintenance, and fashion and beauty, and a blog. So if that's the kind of thing that you like, make sure you smash that subscribe button, click the notifications so you never miss a video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, do whatever you want to do. But anyway, let's get into it. In today's video, I am going to be myth busting with you. No more. I have done 2 of these videos already. I will leave them linked up here and down in the description box down below. But I'm so surprised by how many myths I still hear people talk about. There's a few that I would like to, maybe I'll do a video where it's like not ones that I busted, but ones that other people I know have busted. But I'm going to be chatting to you about another couple of things that I have completely debunked. I know one person does not make the quota for an experiment, but honestly guys, if I can do it, me as the worst of the worst, the super bad, if you've ever done body slims, Jared always calls super bad. I was 23 stone, I had lifelong obesity, I have the worst mental health, terrible negative self-talk, lifelong beliefs, and I've managed to turn it around. Now not every day is rosy, but I have turned it around. So if I can do it and I can bust these myths, then you can too. And it's these myths as well that create a narrative in our heads about what we think is reality. And when you think something's reality, you find ways to that. It's confirmation bias basically. But until we start to question our beliefs and what we think about weight loss specifically or anything else, and we're kind of screwed. So without further ado, let's get into the myths. Number 1 is actually not weight loss, it's weight maintenance. First myth is that you cannot maintain a loss. And I am personally debunking this. There are 2 things I want to say under this. The first thing is that weight maintenance is not a singular number. My goal weight was 147 or 146.6 pounds. It is not my daily weight. Yes, some days I will see that. Some days I might even see 10 or 14 pounds up. I like to keep it within a 10 range. If it goes over 10, I like to kind of reset. That will happen. But that is me maintaining that weight. Maintaining is around your goal number. It is not being strict on yourself because you might need to do a big poop. You might have had an extra carb that was, you know, totally okay, but it's helping you retain some water. You might be a bit stressed, lack of sleep, all these other kind of things, your period, if you are a woman. These all contribute to weight gain or fluctuations in our weight. So please do your time of your cycle. All of these things have that effect. So don't focus on a singular number. However, in the second point I will say is that I do believe that the statistics around weight maintenance are so low because of the way that people lose weight. And the way that people lose weight typically, or have done in the past, is that they white knuckle it through weight loss and they're not addressing anything else. They're not addressing the habits, the actions, how they got there. And if you're not doing that, when you lose weight, you're still going to be the same person fundamentally, but you're still going to have those habits and actions that got you to being overweight in the first place, and they will creep back in if you don't have a way to dismantle those, i.e. body slims and therapy. And that nicely brings me on to a myth number 2, that weight loss is simply eat less and move more. Now, the fundamental principles of weight loss are within those 2 things. It is basically about calorie expenditure, being in a calorie deficit and using your fat as fuel. And that's how you lose weight. That's the mechanics of weight loss. However, I knew my whole life that I had to eat less and move more. Predominant emphasis being on the eat less. However, I had no idea how to do that. How was I going to do that? And it's until we start to change our behavior, challenge our thought processes, our negative self-talk, our lifelong beliefs, we start to dismantle old habits, install new habits, and change the fundamentals of us. Like I said in myth 1, change those fundamental habits and actions that got us to be in that place. I did that with the Body Slims program and with the backup and support of therapy, and I needed that in order to help me to dismantle it. I know that a lot of people say, for example, that like Body Slims doesn't work or it didn't work for me. And my first question is, did you watch the seminars? Did you do the work? Because it is not about the body, it's about here. This is the most important bit. It's about what you tell yourself and what you're telling yourself when you're doing something, or what you're not doing. You're not conscious of what you're doing. And that was my issue, is that I was escaping my body and reaching for food, and I had to understand that through therapy. And I had to understand that food was my coping mechanism, and then I had to find a way to learn new behaviors and create new habits for myself. Myth number 3 is that the last few pounds will be the hardest to lose. It's complete another BS, to be perfectly honest with you. It's very commonly said. It's along the lines of those slow and steady wins the race, also complete BS. See part 1 or 2, I can't remember which ones it's in, but it's complete BS. The last few pounds might seem like they are taking longer to come off, but I promise you, if you keep going and keep doing what you're doing, you will get there. My last weigh-in, I think I lost, I can't fully remember, I either lost 4.5 pounds or 6.5 pounds. I think it was 4.5 pounds on my last weigh-in. The one where I reached my goal weight, it was like all of a sudden I was like, oh, look at that, I've just done it. And I do believe that's because I stopped placing so much emphasis on the number on the scales, and was more in touch with how I was feeling and how good I was feeling and how good I looked and how bright I felt inside me, that the significance of the number dwindled, and it was more like, oh, look at that. So if you're finding that the last few pounds are more challenging than the ones beforehand, and all parts of this are challenging. Let's face it, there isn't a part of weight loss that isn't challenging. It is challenging, but we are able for that challenge, and we're able to push through and get there and continue to get to the end. And I think it's really important that people get to their goal weight, because I do believe not getting to your goal weight does have an impact on maintenance. That's a story for a different video. Myth number 4 is that you have to give up your favorite foods in order to lose weight. There's no way that I can eat a pizza and lose weight. There is no way that I can eat fries and lose weight. The fundamentals of weight loss are attached to calorie deficit. Yes, you can eat pizza. You can't eat an entire large family pizza all to yourself every single night of the week, but you can enjoy the foods. And I found that everything that I ate had to go within my calorie allowance. My calorie allowance was given to me by Body Slims, and it was, as they call it, it was a limit, not a target. I wanted to make sure that everything that I was eating within that limit was enjoyable, but was food that was going to fuel me. But then occasionally I would have food that was not going to fuel me, but I just wanted something nice. I liked crisps. The 100-calorie bag of crisps that you can get, I loved Tesco lentil curls, bunny bites, they're like Palm Bears, loads of ones from Lidl and Aldi, and they're coming 100-calorie bags or 99-calorie bags, and those helped me to get through. It didn't have to be fuel all the time. And they were foods that I enjoyed. Every Friday night I would have a pizza with Vincent, every Friday night of our weight loss. And it was a frozen pizza. And then I would dicky it up a little bit. I would put like a little bit of extra cheese, maybe some mushrooms, maybe some olives, some salted capers. It's delicious. I highly recommend, highly recommend. But it's about finding ways to make it work for you, to find ways that is going to keep you excited and intrigued. I looked forward to that pizza. I would have it and I would have a salad on the side. I would enjoy that, and I noticed that when I wasn't overeating, I was enjoying my food more. I was taking my time with it, I was savoring it, I was actually tasting it, as opposed to filling a void. If I was going to eat a giant as I did many times before, a giant pizza, probably with a garlic bread, and I would have probably had chicken something on the side. When I ate chicken, I would have like dough balls, I would have and loads of pots of garlic sauce. I would have all of those things in one sitting, probably about 5,000 calories, if not more. But I know that after, I don't even think after 1 or 2 slices, I would honestly say that like I didn't taste that. It wasn't something that I enjoyed. It was a filling of a void. It was an escapism. It wasn't something that I loved the taste. Yeah, of course there would be like 1 or 2 bites that I would love the taste of. Maybe the first bite or two, it's like that relief, like that instant hit of, oh. But that hit would never be the same again. And I would keep eating and eating and eating, trying to get that feeling again. Whereas now when I eat a slice of pizza, I go, oh, that's lovely, really enjoyed that. Vince and I shared a pizza last Friday night and we both really enjoyed it. But I don't feel the need to have a full giant pizza to myself anymore. So that is another myth. You can still eat the foods as long as they're within your calorie allowance or you're still in a calorie deficit. But try and eat, like if you want fries, have fries. Try and make like fake away ones that you can have at home in the air fryer. But sometimes they're just not going to cut it. Sometimes you just need a McDonald's fries. And that's okay. Have them, but have them within your calorie allowance. And the final myth that I busted personally is that you have to punish yourself in order to lose weight. In every single weight loss attempt I had had my entire life before this, I saw it as a form of punishment. And I'm not just talking about like sweating it out in the gym 7 days a week and eating broccoli and rice and chicken and being super boring and gross and all of this kind of thing. I'm talking about that harshness towards ourselves, that you have to do this, you're disgusting, don't eat that, what's wrong with you? This kind of negative way that we talk about ourselves, this punishment. And that's what I did. I was punishing my body every time I tried to lose weight before. It was an act of aggression and anger towards myself. But this time I saw weight loss as the ultimate act of self-care. This was something that I was doing as an act of love. I was fueling my body, I was moving my body, I was treating it with the respect and giving it what it needed. And my body responded well. It responded well because I gave it the respect that I had thrown away or never shown it for the 30 years before that, or the majority of the 30 years before that. I never gave it any love. And for me this time, I completely busted that myth because that's what I thought you had to do. I thought you had to be awful to yourself in order to lose weight. And that was the only way that you were going to get motivated, or that I was going to be able to do that, was to be my own worst enemy, my own worst critic, my own drill sergeant. But no, actually being lovely and kind and nice to myself. And that doesn't mean letting myself away with everything every day. You know, letting myself away with my like, oh, I don't need to have that today, I don't need to weigh this. No, I saw that as being kind, being like, no, I want this. I know I deserve this, so I'm gonna weigh this out. Guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed the myth busting. If you have, please leave me a couple of X's down in the comments down below. Let me know any myths that you've personally busted or any ones that you've heard of, and let me know if and I can let you know then if I've busted them. And please make sure you give this video a like if you've liked it, and I will see you all very soon. And please do not forget to show for yourself. Bye guys.